Everyone, Mike Flanagan here with you at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Classic. Great sponsors, great bowling. We are in our 26th hour of broadcasting. Happy to be bringing this thing home. I'm happy to be here to be bringing the broadcast in with a couple of great guests today. Joining us all week has been our cohort in crime, Matt Turek has been with us, and joining us from the USBC down in Arlington. He's got a huge name. We're not even going to attempt it, but he is the Alphabet Man is what we call him. He's also known as Slash because he kind of gets a little bit everywhere, and that is Mr. Eric Turney here. How you doing, bud?
Good, thank you.
I guess I need to turn you up.
Oh, that's great.
And joining us also in the booth is Ted Pritz, who competed this week, and I believe in our first match we're going to see Larry Strell. He's the 4 seed against Gregory Turner. The winner of that match is going to go on to take on Donald Robinson. The winner of that match will go on to take Norm Cave. And then the top seed, a name that we've seen over and over again, Ted Hannes, is our top seed in the senior division. Ted's from this area, isn't he, gentlemen? He's from the Ohio area?
I believe so.
And then over in the women's division, it's Arnita Yarborough. She will be taking on Tracy Petrusha in the first match. Tracy, your 4 seed. The winner of that match will take on Jody Sabalaskis. And then your 2 seed, Jennifer Higgins, and your top seed, Jasmine Coleman. So Jasmine Coleman was at plus, well, she finished at 41.30. We have no plus minus this evening. And then in the men's division, of course, that's the exciting one because Adam Barta did get in. Ed Smaglik is your 5 seed. He finished second last year. So last year's final we were actually going to have in the first match, Adam Barta versus Ed Smaglik. Adam Barta has won the last 2 years in a row here. And then the winner of that match will take on Ronnie Sparks. Winner of that match will take on Zeke Bite. And then the winner of that match will take on Ira Darden. So a lot of moving pieces. We'll take you around the horn here. The senior division will be taking place over here on lanes 33 and 34. We'll be able to watch the women's and the men's matches over here on our jib cam. We'll be able to see 2 matches at once. And then the rest of our cameras are set up in place now for the final match, which each respected division will move 1 pair to the right. So there you are. That's what we have. That's what's going on. And Ted Pritz, tell us a little bit about this pattern this week.
Well, it started off on Saturday. It was really tight. Every year I've come up here, it's always a challenging experience, a challenging pattern, and makes guys make their shots. They really run a great tournament, and you just had to keep the ball on line and keep it in play.
And Eric Kearney, you are very familiar to watching competitive bowling from the front row. You've got a front row seat right here. What's the environment like here?
Well, the environment here is always great. It's again, it's one of the most prestigious tournaments in our in the country, and so everyone hangs around on Sunday to watch the finals. We don't have cameras seeing to be able to pan back there, but there's probably 200 to 300 people just watching these 2 pairs alone.
Yeah, currently right now we have 333 viewers. 333 right now. Ted Pritz, you're from the Texas area as well. A couple of Texans here.
Yes, sir.
In the booth with me.
Yeah, representing the DFW over here.
Yes, we are.
That stands for Dallas Fort Worth, everyone, in case you didn't know the initials of the airport there. So packed in pretty good. Got quite a few people here. We've got a little gallery behind us as well. And we'll get started here shortly, it looks like. Adam Barta versus Ed Smaglik over on lanes 41 and 42 on the right-hand side of your screen. And on lanes 37 and 38, it's Arnita Yarborough versus Tracy Petrusha. And then, of course, over in our senior match, over on lanes 33 and 34, Gregory Turner, the 5 seed, will be taking on Larry Strell. Ted, you've made the finals here before. What's the feeling like?
Oh, it's a big rush. I mean, you have such a talented field of players out here every year. It's just a lot of fun to be able to get in there and show your ability and do your best to compete against these guys.
That's a great idea, Eric. I'm just going to start having everybody put their business cards up here so I don't mess anything up. That's perfect. Get some scotch tape.
Red
Right up
will
here at
start
the corner.
first on lane 34. Anita will start. Arnita
That's why I took notes,
will
gentlemen.
start first on 37. And Adam will start first on
Well,
lane
Spider does a
41.
lot here, man. I'm sure he's getting pretty tired, just like you guys are.
Oh, yeah.
Great director. That awesome guy right there.
So here we go. Ding, ding. Just like Apollo Creed says to Rocky Balboa at the end of Rocky 3. You want to ring the bell?
Luke, give me the arrows.
We've been having fans check in on Twitter. We've got one right here. Michael V. Carr checks in. Adam Barta, three-peat on deck.
Very possible.
Arnita Yarbrough gets us started over on lane 37. Now over lanes 33 and 34 for the senior division. Players are taking their time here, allowing us to switch cameras.
Well, Mike, they know you need the help over there.
Now over to Adam Barta.
Ted, how important was surface this week?
Surface, for me, I actually started on Saturday with, I'm currently with Motive. I started with a Primal Scream, and I actually had to take a Scotch-Brite pad to it just to, the volume was good. I mean, I'm not used to this down in Texas. There's a lot of oil out there and a lot of volume, and it pushed me to the right side of the lane, but the surface, you had to have some surface on your bowling ball to get it to tip in the right spot.
So was matchup a big
Yeah.
thing this week?
Yes, it was. If you couldn't get in the right part of the lane and then get that ball surface to match up, you were going to struggle a little bit.
Larry Strell, Gregory Turner down in the seniors match. Action underway. They both struck on their first frames. Larry up now on lane 34. Remember, they're bowling on a fresh condition now, guys. This is not the burn.
Yeah.
What would you be expecting, Ted, at this point?
Right now, based on what I saw with Adam and Ed over here in practice, they're both pretty far to the right side of the lane, and I would be probably adding some surface to a ball, just trying to match up and keep that ball on line so I could create a spot down the lane to get it to bounce off of. Oh, great spare over there.
Great spare.
That's Larry Strell picking it up. Now over to the women's match, lanes 37 and 38. Our first look at Tracy Petrusha. Creeps in just a little bit light there, leaves the 8-pin. Fortunate just to leave the 8, really, on a light hit like that. That could have been a bucket or worse. They're having some scoring issues over on the men's pair, so they're going to be the last ones done, it looks like. Imagine that. The prima donna men. Yeah, that's what we are, too, though. Craig Turner coming in light, so a pattern thus far. We're seeing the players coming in light on this fresh condition after bowling all day. Bowling so late last night, the ladies and the seniors not getting out of here till almost 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah, definitely some fatigue and probably a little bit of nerves. You know, big crowd behind you. It's tough to get used to.
Let's look at Ed Smaglick here, runner-up last year, lost to Adam Barta. Would like to get some revenge right now. Now that's unusual right there, leaving the half a loaf there and just taking the two, what was that, the 2.5 out of that?
2.5 off the loaf.
Got a close-up camera here, Matt Turek. Good work. Petrusha now up. So no strikes yet in the ladies' match. Smaglick now.
Great shot.
2 in a row for Eddie.
Yeah, a lot of shots coming in line. You can tell, you know, they're having a hard time, you know, getting that ball to Reed, get it to face up to where it needs to be. But as we go along, it'll it'll burn up a little bit, and you'll start to see it open up just a touch.
Adam Barta now up, looking to strike. Smaglick throwing a double at him. Oh, Messenger, bird dog. Doesn't quite get out.
Adam will be leaving here, going home for a bit, and then heading over to New Jersey to bowl in the USBC Masters.
Oh, awesome.
Adam covers the 10.
Are they keeping score by hand here in the ladies' match?
I guess so.
Oh,
That's going to be
great shot
tough
right
for us spectators.
there. Yep.
Back over to Adam Barta on lane 41. 9 spare, 9 spare. Can he get them all here? Still comes in. Just behind the head pin. Ted, what causes that?
Oh, just the ball gets a little too far down the lane in that entry angle. It just gets behind the head pin. 3 gets behind the 6, pushes around the 10.
Now, if I'm seeing this correctly, over in the women's match, the scoring is off. I don't know if they just started the match or what has happened. Back over to the senior match.
And over in the men's match, Adam covers his 10-pin spare. So he started out with non-spare the first 3 shots.
Gets the toughest 4 to get right there. Misses the head pin twice, but gets 9. Little unorthodox way there. We want to thank everybody that's been coming in this weekend in the chat. We're trying to keep up with it as we switch all the cameras around. Mike Flanagan, Eric Kearney, Ted Pritz, Matt Turek also helping us out right now. On the call here, InsideBowling.com is us, and Ed Smaglick is on a roll. He's got 3 in a row in the men's match. Lanes 41 and 42 here at beautiful Freeway Lanes. 80-lane bowling center, gentlemen.
I would say that Ed has the right look right now. I mean, his ball is reading the middle of the lane a little better than Adams. You know, it's also very touchy. You know, I know you know, Ted, that, you know, speed control was very important this weekend.
Yes, it was. It's very easy to get a little fast in 2-8-10 or bucket. But he's definitely in the right part of the lane with the right rock in his hand right now.
Now back over to Gregory Turner. These seniors, yesterday, they didn't get out till like 1:30 in the morning, and they were back here bowling bright and early this morning at 9 a.m. That's got to play a factor this late in the day on a Sunday, as it is just about 5:30 Eastern time.
Oh, good shot, Adam. Adam gets his first strike of the match after 3 spares.
We got a conversion for Gregory Turner. Trying to look at an update in that match down there. Turner had a double. Now with a 9 spare in the 5th, he can have a possible 93 in the 5th. His opponent 56 in the 3rd, with a strike working in the 4th. Quickly up. The seniors are bowling faster than the other pairs, guys. We finally have the women's scores actually put together now, where it is Tracy Petrusha with 9 spare strike up in the 4th. And her opponent, Arnita Yarborough, 9 spare strike, 5-4 on an open. That's a double for Petrusha.
Larry Strell comes back with an open frame in the 5th.
Ed Smaglick on the roll there. 5 in a row now.
Commanding lead in that match, Adam Barta. 9 spare double, so Adam does get it going. Ed Smaglick, though, perfect through 5. You know what 7 is, gentlemen. It's the ham turkey dinner.
Ham turkey dinner.
Will we see a ham turkey dinner out of Ed Smaglick? He needs this one to even have a chance. That was almost a 2-8-10 unusual leave.
Yep, what happened there is he got a little fast, got a little right down the lane, and just see how that volume comes into play. Just made it a wiggle at the spot, and it didn't come off and go high flush. Gives us about 11 pin bench over there now. They gotta start striking here. A little breathing room for Adam.
In the women's match, it looks like Yarbrough's struggling a little bit with the timing.
Yeah, just a bit. And she's probably trying to guard against getting it out to the right.
Yeah, she washed out in the third frame, and then, all of a sudden, that arm swing gets just a little tighter.
Yes, it does. Don't trust it, and then right up through the face. So Adams now on a 3-bagger to his non-spare, non-spare, non-spare start. Turning into a match over here for the guys.
Adam Barta, 268 max score. Ed Smaglik, 279 max score. Strike for Barta. Now over to Tracy Petrusha. She's on a double looking for a strike. 9-spare, 9-spare, looking for the turkey. Yarbrough just 67 in the fourth with a spare up in the fifth.
Just got a little fast with it. Missed the spot.
Joining us now also is Pete Barta. He's joined us more than anybody else. He's helped us out on a couple of days, actually, and we appreciate you being here with us, Pete Barta, brother of Adam Barta, here in the first match. Hi, Pete.
Hi, Mike. Thanks for having me on again.
Absolutely. Your analysis is great. You know all the bowlers. We appreciate it. Speak up whenever you want, bud.
Well, as the game started, Adam just needed to move a little bit to the right, and he did. And obviously now he has a 4-bagger. Needs a little bit of help from Ed, though.
We're going to go down to the senior match right now, Pete.
Right now, Greg Turner has a 5-pin lead.
Here's Smaglik. Ooh. Ed had his ball tipping through the pins really solid. I mean, those strikes were solid. And just a little softer, a little in. And it's disaster for Ed Smaglik, where Adam Barta was throwing a little more speed. It was coming in a little behind the head pin, wrapped a couple of tins, but now proven to be a big swing in the match, as Petrusha now also has got back on it. She has 93 in the fifth, and her opponent, Arnita Yarborough, 67 in the fourth with a spare working in the fifth. So it's anybody's match over in the women's match.
Mike, I could tell you, I watched Petrusha bowl in qualifying, and she bowled really well all weekend long. I hadn't really noticed her prior to this tournament, but she can bowl. I'm not sure where she's from, but she can bowl.
Yeah.
We've got a crowd roar. We've got some Arnita Yarborough fans here. Smaglik, Barta, part 2. Part 1 was last year in the final match. Part 2 is in the opening match. Pete, Adam was a little afraid that he may not even get in. He thought he was out when he shot 199 the last game.
That's correct. But I knew that he was in, and sometimes,
Booyah, Yarborough. That's a double.
as you know, bowlers, in the heat of the moment, not sure always what's going on, but I kind of knew that he was in the number. Actually, I thought what was going to happen is that Brian Wallachek would work his way in around Ed, but it didn't work out that way. I believe he missed a 6-pin or something, and only ended up shooting 190 something. But that was real close between fourth and fifth there.
So it looks like Greg Turner's up by about 10 pins over there on the seniors match. He just left a half 10. If he converts this, it'll be 132 to 125. So a 7-pin match over there.
And we just saw an Adam Barta patented strike, head pin high, 10 back. Adam's just got a feel for the way this place works out for his game. When he gets his ball facing through the pins the right way, there's nothing going to stand in his way. Did you see that ball go through the pins, Ted Prince?
I did.
Have you ever faced Adam Barta in a one-on-one match?
You know, I may have, but it would have been back in the day when we were up on the high rollers and at Showboat when it was still around. I mean, it's talking mid to late 90s. He's a great match play bowler and a great guy. Not a nicer person you're going to meet in the bowling world.
And Eric Kearney, what's going on in that senior match down there we've been watching?
We just had Greg Turner throw a strike. He is 152 in the 8th. Larry Strell needs this strike here to stay close.
Three matches at once, never been done before by me. It's very interesting watching all the action here as we're doing 3 step ladders at once. Could you imagine Bo Burton and Chris Schenkel trying to do this? Or Randy Peterson and Rob Stone?
Larry Strell with the double. We have an even match in the seniors match right now.
By the way, Mike, we talked about that during qualifying, and it's nice to see you were able to get that worked out.
Yeah, it is worked out, and Eric's going to concentrate on the seniors for us. Pete, Ted, and I are going to work on the ladies and the men here. Feel free to chime in as we continue to switch the cameras around too. It's like pinball up here.
Well, Anita's got some fans. She throws some last 3 shots are really great. She's making her moves. She's getting comfortable.
Well, I can tell you what, I just became an Arnita Yarborough fan. I'm now rooting for her. I want to jump on that bandwagon, which many people do with professional sports teams. I'm doing it right now with Arnita Yarborough.
I won't believe you till you get her autograph.
All right. Here she is, front and center. Pete Barta, what do you think of this young lady's game?
I think she's solid.
Good shot. Lean on it.
Over to the senior match.
Larry Strell with a 9 spare, 7 count for 191. What Greg Turner needs to close this match out is spare and a strike, and he'll lock this match up.
Yep.
Smaglick hit the pocket again, left the 7, isn't able to knock him down after coming out of the gate early in the match with 3 strikes, but Ed Smaglick finishes with 223. Adam Barta, 279 max score left. Correct, Pete?
Yeah, I believe that's correct.
He left those 2 ring and 10s, and we were talking about his ball reaction, and boom, now.
So I think he had 3, didn't he?
Did he have 3 in a row? Yeah,
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so 268?
Yeah, 68.
Okay, thank you, guys. Oh, we saw Ed do that. Doesn't matter now.
No, it doesn't.
Greg Turner with the first hit to win the match.
And I guess, Mike, I'd just like to say, for those anybody that's tuning in that hasn't been following it all weekend, whoop.
Petrucia, 130 in the 7th with a spare now in the 8th with 150. She's got a strike in the 9th. She's got a possible 210 left.
She can strike out for 210 and force Miss Yarborough to throw a double to beat her.
Absolutely. Adam Barta opens up, but it's going to advance him. He's going to go on to the next match to face Ronnie Sparks, who was my pick to win the tournament. 233 Adam Barta over 223 Ed Smaglick. Now just the seniors and the women's left.
Greg Turner.
There you go.
Greg Turner.
Greg Turner's going to advance. He's going to go on to face Donald Robinson.
I'm not mistaken. I think Donald's down. He's in Texas, I think, from the Houston area.
Oh, what a great shot by
Yeah, he's down in the Houston area.
Tracy Petrusha. Just threw the best shot she possibly could here.
For a ring and 10.
A ring and 10.
Oh.
So it's Petrusha, 178. So Arnita
She needs 3 pins.
Yarborough needs 3 pins. So that's the last match left here. We'll go there. Arnita Yarborough is going to advance. She is going to take on Jody Sabalaskas. I was getting ready for the last name, and I messed up the first name. The women, I was in talking to them in the paddock, actually, back there, and they were having a little meeting, and I talked to them about the pace of play. It was going to be very difficult to switch all these cameras. And Souvenir, yeah, Adam Barta throwing things at me up here in the booth. Listen to the roar.
She's getting comfortable. The rest of these other ladies better look out.
It's amazing what one shot will do, Ted.
Oh, it is.
It just loosen that arm up, won't it?
It is. You know, your opponent gets up there, gives you a little window, and you get up there and you make a good shot, and your confidence is right there, and there you go.
There it is.
She's got a little room in, a little room right now, and she just keeps her speed constant. She'll be fine.
I actually think Petrushka was actually helped her out a little bit. She was throwing a pretty aggressive ball, and maybe it burned up a little spot for her.
It could have, especially if she was a little right of her.
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it. The players are going to stay on. Are they actually moving around, huh? I didn't.
No,
know.
I don't think they move yet.
Oh, okay. I just saw. Never mind.
Yeah.
His bowling balls are over there.
Not until the final matches.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up where I left off before whoever was at the Super Bowl that hit those lights got my mic. So I'm back now. But for anybody that's tuning in, these bowlers. Well, let's hold on.
Adam Barber defeated Ed Smathik 233 to 223. Gregory Turner defeated Larry Strell 212 to 191. Arnita Yarbrough, better known as Nene, defeated Tracy Petrusha 206 to 178. Next match for the men will be Adam Barter versus Ronnie Sparks. For the seniors, Gregory Turner versus Donald Robinson. And for the ladies, Nene versus Jody.
Okay, for anybody that's tuning in, these bowlers have bowled 19 games of qualifying to get to this step ladder and on very little sleep as well. And ironically enough, early in qualifying, Mike's prediction and my prediction is going to come true. One of us is going to move on and one of us is going to be out, Mike.
That's right, Pete Barta. I picked Ronnie Sparks to win this tournament, and Pete Barta picked Adam Barta, and our match is coming up. Our personal championship match is coming up.
Right, and Ronnie bowled great to get here. He jumped around 3 or 4 people that last game, the 19th game, to jump into the top 5 and actually jumped all the way to third. And as anybody that follows bowling knows, Ronnie's quite the bowler, did pretty good at the PBA stop in Michigan recently. And hopefully Adam can take care of him here, at least from my perspective.
Well, you are a little biased, Pete.
Yeah, you have a rooting interest over there.
Very, very biased. By the way, I just got to say, Ed Smeglik that just bowled from Arizona, quality individual. He's been around for a long time. You couldn't ask for a better guy as well. He's someone I've met through bowling, and he's just an outstanding person and a great bowler, great sportsman as well.
Couldn't say it any better, Pete. He really is.
And also, for anybody that's out there that doesn't know, he's also a professor.
That's correct. I forgot about that. Does he teach?
Yeah, I believe he does teach, and it's either math
I would
or
go. I would
engineering,
something like that.
something like that. I think he's a math professor.
So, gentlemen, one game in the books. Our next matches are Arnita Yarborough takes on Jody Samalaskis. Greg Turner takes on Donald Robinson. And Adam Barta versus Ronnie Sparks coming up here. Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Single Classic Tournament. Unbelievable tournament this week. We had, 370 bowlers or so?
Well, at least there were 218 in the men, 93 women, and I don't know the number on the seniors, but 60 seniors maybe, somewhere in that area.
I'll know in just a second.
I guess while you're doing that, I'm just going to say I personally know Jody, and she just actually got back into bowling. She's battled some health issues, and it's nice to see her back out there. And this is, I think, one of her first tournaments back, and here she is in the stepladder. She's from the Pittsburgh area.
We've got tweets coming in, too, a little behind on those. Let's go Greg Turner. He advanced.
And I guess, Mike, since we're on and there's a little bit of a lull, why don't you explain about the Twitter? So a lot of people don't know about Inside Bowling's Twitter.
Yeah, you can go out to hashtag Twitter, or hashtag Inside Bowling on Twitter, and you can interact with us, and your tweets can come up on the screen.
And again, while we have a lull, I'll just say that if you're out there and you're part of Barta Nation or any other nation, that you're not already friends with InsideBowling.com or Mike Flanagan, go ahead on Facebook, send them a friend request. Follow InsideBowling.com. They provide a great service. And if you have the chance, go out and support the sponsors of that website. They're part of the reason you're able to see this. And it's a great service. A lot of people follow it. It's only going to get bigger. These guys work very hard to do this. So please get out there and support those sponsors and help keep this thing going. Ted, we were talking during qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Are you from Texas? You lived in Texas. Do you live in Arizona now or still in Texas?
No, I'm in Texas. I'm in the Dallas area, a little town called Little Elm, about 25 minutes north of Dallas.
Are you familiar with Eric Traylor? He was leading qualifying for a while. He's from Texas as well.
Yeah, I believe he's also from the Houston area, and yeah, fantastic young bowler. I mean, he's a few years younger than me. He's got a unique style. I mean, you don't see too many guys really. And I hope you don't get too mad at me for calling him a spinner, but he kind of spins it. Maybe twirls a little bit down the lane and allows him to play a lot of different area on a lot of different conditions.
And you may not know this, but Mike does from earlier in qualifying. Eric set the city record this past week with 867 in league.
That's fantastic.
867.
That's a lot of striking.
That's a lot of pins.
Going to be a great match checking in. Ryan Gmai.
Mike, I'm just curious. How many 300s? I'm only aware of one.
Two. We had two.
There were two?
And we missed one. It was on a feature pair. Dean Billings, God bless him.
And by the way, he wanted me to pass along to you. Did you know that he's shot three 300s, and all three of them were in front of you?
Recently, yeah.
Yes, two in Missouri, in
His
St.
last
Louis,
three. Yep.
and one here today.
Almost 400 viewers, folks. Outstanding. We appreciate you watching competitive bowling on InsideBowling.com TV. Once again, joined by Eric Kearney, Ted Pritz, Pete Barta, Mike Flanagan here on the call with you. Getting ready for match number 2, stepladder finals, Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Single Classic Tournament here at Freeway Lanes, 80 lanes, brought to you by Hammer. Nothing hits like a hammer, as well as Corona Extra. What's the extra stand for in Corona, do you know?
Extra help getting to your car?
I was thinking extra good. This live stream is the coolest thing ever, especially on the short notice that you said that you had. Great work. Thank you so much. The guests are what make it, because up here, really this is a production studio. I am the ESPN truck right now. So these guys up here being able to fill the commentary with such great insight is what really makes this thing. And they're all volunteers, and I appreciate it, all of you guys.
And
My
Mike,
pleasure.
I just want to take the time to thank you again for having me in, and all the interviews that you did this weekend. We had a lot of interesting people in the booth, a lot of quality individuals. A lot of people meet at these tournaments, become lifelong friends, travel around together. Some of them meet up, become friends, and travel to tournaments around the country. It's nice to see, and it's nice to see that you get a variety of people in here, a variety of different personalities, so that the viewers can, I guess, get a little bit of a feel of what type of people they are.
I appreciate that, Pete.
Looks like we're getting ready to start here. Since we have another minute, Mike, why don't you explain, because there's now 400 whatever viewers, about YouTube and how you can go back and view this or tell others to check it out on YouTube. Can you explain that?
Yeah, absolutely. You can go out on YouTube and you'll be able to watch it archived. It takes us a little bit of time to render and process these videos, but we got such great material this weekend. I plan on using a lot of it, like those interviews George Gohagan did and Courtney Crape the other day. Oh, my goodness gracious. Those are going to definitely be on a highlight package. So, yeah, InsideBowling.com is actually the YouTube. I believe it's youtube.com/InsideBowling. It'll take you there.
You can go see other tournaments in the past as well. They're there. And you can also tune in to InsideBowling.com coming up. I don't know if it's next month. Mike can fill you in. They're going to live stream from Iowa. There's a tournament coming up.
Yeah, next weekend, actually.
And also in March, no, it's this month. After the Masters, the InsideBowling.com Open.
April.
Oh, it's in April.
Yep, April.
I'm sorry, that's
27th
right.
and 28th.
Yeah, we're coming back from Reno. That's right. So
Yep.
Adam's going to fly directly in and bowl that.
$8,000 first place, thanks to Storm Bowling Products and Budweiser. And if you win that tournament as a TNBA member, I'm going to give you an additional $1,000. $9,000 for first if you're a TNBA member. And I want to thank you, Pete. It was going to pay $7,777, but Pete kicked in the extra $223 when he was in St. Louis to make it $8,000. Thank you, Pete Barta from the National Amateur Bowling Rankings website. Which look for that; it's going to be redone. It'll be out soon.
That's correct, and you're welcome. I mean, that's a small thing, but I'm more than glad to do it.
All right, we're dialed in here, guys. I think we're set here. We finally got this thing down. Got our camera angles exactly where we want. Eric Kearney making me nervous up here in the booth as he's all dressed, all professional. He's got that great job. Operations and administration, managing director. Jeez. It's like, I feel like we're at like the White House today. All the TNBA presidents, vice presidents here, tournament directors. No wonder Spider every once in a while gets a little rattled out here. It's not easy. What do we got here in the opening match here? Is that the opening shot?
Yeah. Donald Strell throws a high flush.
He doesn't look 50.
No, he really doesn't.
No.
That's the first thing I noticed when I analyzed that match. He doesn't look 50. Jody gets us going here.
Oh, really nice shot, left 7-pin.
Got another camera angle here on the men's match. Ronnie Sparks Jr. Good luck, Pete Barta.
Same to you, Mike. I don't know if you could see that there, but did you see how smooth he is at the line? Ronnie
Unbelievably
Sparks.
smooth, yes.
Very, very smooth.
That's so funny. Good luck, Pete Barta. Thanks, Mike. You too. So you got blood on the line. I'm just picking a guy. I'm actually rooting for you too, Pete. I want you to have success up here in the booth. Enjoy this.
That's okay. If Adam doesn't win, someone, Lee or Matt, you're gonna have to fill in for Mike.
Lee's just gonna fly up.
Greg Turner down there with a great break. Actually tripped out the 4-2 and the 1-pin to leave just the 6 and the 10.
Look at the ladies' camaraderie there, high-fiving each other in the first frame of the match.
Turner doesn't take advantage of the break. He picks off the 6 off the 10.
When Adams Barta's ball hits the pocket, it's like the pins jump up off the lane about an inch and just all walk backwards.
Ooh. What's that, the 2-6-10 split?
4-6-10.
4-6-10?
Ball speed was probably a little slow after the break and a little downtime getting the name situated.
I want to give a shout out to my good friend Bill Utoff, who moved down to the Texas area. I guess everybody's moving to Texas. Must be something down there. You guys got gold in the soil or something?
Well, that and oil and everything's bigger down there anyway, so we got plenty of room.
A lot of room.
And God bless Texas with his own hand is I think how the song goes. But Bill Utoff checks in. He's bowled this tournament many, many years, and he says, another awesome job. Have not been to Freeway in several years. Center looks great. Tournament looks to be heading back to the days of 360 men bowling. Go Inside Bowling and go TNBA. Thank you, Bill Utoff.
Really nice shot there out of Mr. Ronnie Sparks.
I got to tell you, when I was watching the Super Bowl this year and they had that power outage, I was like, how did they let this happen? And it's come back to haunt me as we have had power outages here up in the booth 3 or 4 times. We had lost our camera on the senior match. For some reason, we keep tripping breakers around here. Ronnie Sparks now up, though. Spare strike. Adam Barta, perfect through 2. Oh, what a break right there. That ball looked like it squirted just a little bit further down lane than what he wanted it to, but it got back and gets the Bird Dog Messenger.
I think it's all the electricity in the building.
Yeah, no kidding. Static electricity.
Yeah, Larry Strail down there leave a half 10. Sticks at the line, but he makes the 10 pin.
And we do not have a live camera on that right now. We're working diligently to get that back up for you on the senior match. Back over to Adam Barta.
Nice break.
That is a break right there.
Right lane seems to be starting to pick up a little earlier than the left.
And Jody leaves the 1-2-10. The 210 was a common sight during qualifying.
Yes, it was. I had a fair share of those myself. It's just so easy to, with the volume that was out there, to get a little too far down the lane, and that ball would check up late, and you're looking at a 7 count, 8 count, and they're far apart. Oh, nice.
She covered
strike.
it. Nice.
Yes.
Good job.
Strell on the senior side throws another strike. He has 40 in the second. Greg Turner is down by 11.
Pete Barta, I got a question for you. Does Adam Barta have a little voice box in his pocket whenever his ball hits the pocket, he presses it and makes that sound, or is that really his ball going through the pins?
That's really his ball going through the pins.
Turner with a strike on the senior side.
Is that a 7-10 or just a 7-pin by Jody?
That's just a 7.
Just the 7.
Really great shot. She just didn't get the kick and get that swisher to kick over the 7.
Oh, now there's a break.
Big break.
Very similar shot to what Adam Barta made, but Ronnie gets a strike.
He almost left a 4-7-10 there.
Absolutely.
Almost. Looks like he made a move after the last shot that creeped up a little higher, but it went through the pins.
We'll have to see what he does next time on that lane.
Yeah.
Now, if Jody can spare here, she'll be clean through 3. Yarborough open in the first, 9 spare in the second. Action just underway here early on. Woo. Match number 2, women's match.
Turner with a ring and 10 pin down there. We can spare this up for 49 in the third frame.
Sparks capitalizes on that. Break in the 4th. Now it's spare 4-bagger.
Oh, real nice shot there. Real nice shot by Ms. Yarborough.
Looks like she made a ball change.
It does. I think she made a little move left with that and something a little stronger off the spot. And it worked out for her on that shot. Another high flush strike with Mr. Adam Barta.
And Ted, since you bowled qualifying, did you sand your ball at all?
No, I didn't sand, but I did change the surface with maybe a 1,000 grit Avalon pad, hit the outer rings. So I still got the length, but just a little earlier pop off the back.
And for anybody that's tuning in that's just an up-and-coming bowler, those are some of the kind of things you have to learn.
Yeah.
You have your equipment, but you got to learn how to alter the surface, what surface to throw, when to throw it, when to move. Bowling can be a quite complicated and frustrating sport.
Yes, it can.
Well, you heard the double. If you didn't hear that, you aren't listening. That was right there, a big double by Yarborough now. That's what you got to do when you open. You got to double.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. This pair is starting to hook. We saw Smaglik go high. Adam left to split the last game on that same exact lane. Luckily, it was in the 10th frame.
He actually missed a little bit in there as well.
Yeah, it looks like he may have lost it at the bottom, and it just started left and didn't hold.
He covered this earlier today, by the way. Not this time, though.
Strell throws a double down in the seniors match, but just went through the face for a 7 count. If he converts this, looks like he picked off 2. Oh, Donald Robinson, excuse me. Donald Robinson.
Hey, it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Now I can relax. Eric finally made a mistake.
I made a mistake.
Jody left another 7-pin. That's 3 7-pins she's left. She's covered all of them, but interesting that she's left 3 7-pins.
Clean through 4.
She's right-handed.
Yeah.
That's true. Now here Sparks got an opportunity to really pounce on this match, and he does.
Yep.
Don't rub it in, Mike.
Through 6 frames, 290 max score.
Greg Turner goes 4-7-10.
Oh,
Wow,
man.
Stone 8.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Jody has bowled a great match. If she just hangs in there, she's going to be just fine. I truly believe that. If she just hangs in there and doesn't let that frustrate her, and she can keep making shots like that, she's going to be okay. Now back to Sparks. This guy's red hot. He's on fire. That's why I picked him to win this tournament. I saw him at the Detroit Winter Swing with the PBA. He led the PTQ, made the round of 16 for the Earl Anthony Players Championship, and just as we get that camera back on, he actually sends a pin in front of the 10-pin, attempting to throw it to 4-7-10.
I might have to go do a Tanya Harding on him or something. By the way, Adams just struck, but another bowling teachable moment. Part of bowling is you got to be able to keep your composure as well. Jody, 3 7-pins and then Stone 8, and she keeps her composure and covers it. You just can't let it get to you.
Arnita now has an opportunity to take a lead in this match. She has a chance for a triple here. She's working on a double up in the 5th frame. Jody, clean through 5. Oh!
And it's just that much different. She gets the little late kick on the 7, and Jody doesn't.
I want to say that Adam Bart is being very respectful of what we're trying to do up here as he's waving people on, making sure that one person's up at a time, and I appreciate that, Adam Bart. We talked to him in the meeting in there, and he's very, very supportive of helping us out, so thank you so much, Adam.
In the seniors match, Greg Turner just threw a strike, but he's down by 30 at this point.
It's the way to come back. He threw another strike.
Yeah, double after that open frame. Gets Ronnie thinking about it a little bit. Don't just get up there and free will it, make him make a shot.
Now it's very important for that not to get to Jody.
Yeah.
Very important. They had a deadwood down there in the senior match, so there's a little delay.
I agree, Mike. They got half the game left. You're right. She needs to not let it get to her.
Ronnie Sparks through 7 frames, working 290 max score.
Yeah.
That is a ham turkey dinner for Ronnie Sparks. That is the ham bone and the turkey combined. Ham turkey dinner, 7-bagger right there. Now here's Jody. There you
Very
go.
nice shot.
It's a good
There
shot.
you go. It's not over yet. I'm not going away.
Nope.
Take you down to the senior match. Our camera's back up. They actually turned off the game room power, and that's where we were plugged in.
Donald Robinson with another strike. He's pretty much solidifying this game for himself.
108 in the fifth with a strike up in the sixth, it looks like. His opponent, 75 in the fifth with a strike up in the sixth. Down in the senior match. Now over to Sparks. Looking for 8 in a row. He's got it. Ham turkey dinner +1. Who are you going to take to dinner, Ronnie Sparks? I want to know who that is.
Wow. He actually missed a little bit right there, I think, too.
Yeah. He did.
I think that pretty much does it for Adam, right?
Well,
Unfortunately.
Adam's still got, 243 left, which is still a nice score.
Yeah, it depends on count. Anything could happen. You never know.
Well,
Adam steps up and strikes out.
make him show up.
Exactly. You have to make him show up.
He's looking at it right now.
Mm-hmm. He knows.
Jody did not cover the spare. Still not out of it, though. She still has life. These are a couple of key shots for Arnita Yarborough. Back over to the senior match.
Yeah, if Anita throws a couple more here, she's sitting pretty over there.
Looking for a double here.
She needs just one, maybe another hit.
Just keep it clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He knows.
Adam.
He knows.
Textbook strike right there by Adam Barta. Someone said it in Twitter here just a few minutes ago. We had it up on the screen. What a great run by Adam Barta here to win 2 years in a row and then come back and make the stepladders yet again. Not able to pull the Jason Couch three-peat. Looks bad right now anyway, but Adam Barta's had a heck of a run here at this tournament. He will be back for many, many years to come. This is one of his favorite tournaments of the year.
Yes, it is. And actually, tonight after this, even though we haven't slept much, we're headed to New Jersey. So hopefully you can do something out there.
I would love to see Adam Barta win the USBC Masters and do a hand hug on television with you, Pete Barta.
I'll do it.
Would you do that? Would you bum rush the television set and do a hand hug right there?
Absolutely. I'll be able to bail myself out, so I'll do it.
No, I think you'd be okay. You're family. Rob Perushad actually went out and hugged Bill O'Neill when he won, and that wasn't a problem. So you're okay.
Good, because I'm going then.
Good. Would you wear an inside bowling shirt while you're there? Maybe that's asking a little too much.
Yeah, I'll wear one. Why not?
All right.
Turn it into a match over here in the ladies' game.
Yeah, I wish Jody would have converted that spare.
Well,
Yeah.
Adam threw the last 6.
Oh, Adam bowled a great game. 243. Most of the time you're going to win. Just shows you how well Mr. Sparks is throwing it this weekend. He's very deliberate, repeats his shots, and he's got a couple breaks this match. You know, one a little through the face, one a little light. You know.
Great looking shot there in the senior match.
Yeah,
He
Donald
did.
Robinson has a stranglehold on this match right now.
3 in a row. I think he can come down and compete against any of these other divisions.
Oh yeah.
He's got one of the better looks out there. Back over to Sparks, just finishing up. We're just going to see how many more people he can take to dinner. He's already got one.
He did almost leave the 4-7-10 over here
That
earlier.
is true. Maybe it's going to be a tester shot here. Maybe an adjustment.
No, that probably does it.
That does it right there.
This guy is on fire. And look at Adam Barta, just class act right there.
Well, growing up, that was part of what our father instilled into us with being a good sport. Can't be a sore loser. You're not going to win them all. But you need to be a good sport and congratulate somebody when they come out and they're just better than you that game, that day.
Yeah, it's unfortunate what happened just not too long time ago. You lost your father, you and Adam. I know it was really tough time for you guys right around the holidays. Able to see you the week after at the holiday doubles tournament that we did, and just again, still mourning the loss of your father.
Thank you, Mike. And Ronnie, if he gets this one, it's 290, right?
It is.
Well,
That's the ham turkey dinner plus
Plus
4.
only one way to beat that.
Yeah, there sure is. This young man, he's just throwing it so good. He's a little bit of a streaky player too. So when he's on, and when he's off, he'll tell you when he's off. Usually, not a guy that grinds out checks. He's either in the top 5 or mid pack or below.
There it is, 290.
290,
Nice
Ronnie
bowling,
Sparks.
Good job.
Okay, so the ladies' match. Jody strikes. She has a max score of 199 left. Arnita has 145 in the 7th with a spare up in the 8th. She can still shoot 225, so 26 pins difference
Congratulations.
on the max scores. And the senior match, Eric?
Donald Robinson has thrown the last 5 strikes in a row. Greg Turner had a 6-2 count in the 9th frame, so it's pretty much over. We're looking at 150 to 220.
Jody's still hanging around over here. In the ladies' match, Arnita's got to make this and mark again. Otherwise, Jody can step up there and double and get around her.
Nini is hot right now. That's Arnita.
There you go. Cover the spare.
All right, so 164 in the 8th, spare up in the 9th. She can strike out for 214. She can fill 20 for 204, which would shut Jody out here.
Yeah,
So
she's got to have just a mark, any mark, and she moves on. Donald's on cruise control down there.
He's now lined up for the next match.
Oh, yeah. And for a senior player, for somebody that hooks it, he repeats his shots very well.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
There's a winner right there.
Winner.
That is a winner. That's the way you want to finish it.
Exactly.
You don't want to leave it up to a spare.
No.
And Mike, I have to tell you, you may be right about Ronnie Sparks. I watched the other guys both qualifying. They crossed with Adam quite a bit. And they tended to score higher when the lanes were burned up a little bit. And the way these lanes are right now and the way Ronnie's ball reaction is, these guys coming into this with 4 shots on each lane, it's going to be tough.
Yep.
It's going to be really, really tough.
Ronnie Sparks is going to go on and take Zeke Bate. Now, Zeke is a guy that could derail the Ronnie train. There's no doubt about it.
That's correct. We talked about him earlier in the week as well, or earlier in the weekend. And Zeke's the guy that got the DVA contract from leading the Bud Light Challenge, which is a tournament out in Rochester, New York. So he worked his way up to get that contract, and now he has some DV8 balls and shirts, and here he is in the step ladder. Finished second in qualifying, and he's going to step up and bowl Ronnie Sparks.
In the senior match, Donald Robinson took care of Gregory Turner, 258 to 149. 148, that is.
They wanted to know the final scores in the Barta match, and it was 290 for Ronnie Sparks, 243 Adam Barta. Still a great score by Adam. I mean, 243. That's something you can't shake a stick at there.
Not at all.
So I'd like to see Jody finish out here and shoot 199, which will prove if she would have stayed clean, she would have won that match. Really, that's all you have to do here when they're kind of grind-out conditions. The ladies with lower rev rates, it's tougher to bowl a big score. They got to be perfect, and they got to funnel the ball right into the tube. And when they miss just right, they're missing the head pin right, and when they miss left, it could be a big split. But see, as you see, that one gets a little farther right, almost recovers, but 2-5. Jody's had a good week. She's going to finish in the 4th position. So it's going to be Arnita Yarborough, who we became a fan of just in the first match. She's going to be taking on Jennifer Higgins. Now, that young lady can throw a bowling ball. It's going to be interesting to see that match. And then also we've got who do we have in the senior match here?
We're going to have Donald Robinson taking on Norm Cave.
And then, of course, Ronnie Sparks will take on Zeke Bate when we come back here. Mike Flanagan back with you, along with Eric Kearney from the USBC, along with Ted Pritz and Pete Barta. Gentlemen, we had a chance to look and preview that tournament that I'm very, very proud of. And remember, $1,000 bonus to any TNBA member that were to win that tournament. Jake Peters has had an incredible run in that event. He has finished first and second the first 2 years in 2 different formats. George Cohagen III has had success there as well. Danny Spink was our champion last year. We will see who the champion is this year. But right now it's the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. Pete Barta, we were talking about the women's tour not being around right now. We were talking about possibly putting something together. You want to touch on that a little bit, our little idea that we have?
Yeah, we're going to try and put together the largest women's tournament in the country.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Well, we are. I mean, I'm in for $3,000. You're in for $3,000. And anybody that's tuning in, if you know anybody that may be interested in getting involved in it, we're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. I know right after we started talking about it, someone chimed in on the chat and offered up their bowling center, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Said, hey, look at us. We're willing to get involved.
Yeah. Pretty amazing. We're gonna put our heads together and try to work on that because we just think there needs to be women's bowling.
Absolutely. There's a lot of great women bowlers out there, and there's just not enough stuff for them to bowl. And they're more or less forced into the men's events. And a lot of them are very competitive against the men because that's where they got to go. It makes them even stronger against a lot of the other women. And I don't know if you know this. For example, Jen Petrick, I backed her for Jen Higgins. Sorry, hold on.
That's okay.
Zeke Bate will start on lanes 41. Norm Cave will start on 33. And Jen Higgins will start on 37. Luke, turn them on.
And Eric Kearney, you can take that information home to Kim, and maybe she'll come and bowl this event that is being born here on the live stream.
If you guys will allow her to bowl, I'm sure she would.
Anybody can bowl.
Any woman can bowl.
Any woman can bowl.
Yeah.
And I said Jen Petrick. That's her maiden name, but it's Jen Higgins. And she's the only woman to win a Pittsburgh Bowlers Tour event.
So here we are. It's the 2-seed Zeke Bate. Started bowling competitively when he was 16. He's only 20 years old, and look at him now. Just 2 matches away from winning the title here at the 54th Reed-Hawthorne Classic. Opens up with a strike over to Jen Higgins. They got it down now. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. Senior match, Eric Kearney.
And as you can see, Norm Cave has a very unorthodox style. Throws it off what we would call the wrong foot, but he's just qualified 3rd in the Reed-Hawthorne Classic, so I won't say that.
Ronnie Sparks leaves a 9-pin.
Dripped a little high. Again, I think coming out of that break after the other player gets to practice and a little downtime, speed's a little soft.
That's the voice of Ted Pritz. The pride of Texas is what I've been calling him this week. Ted, you just didn't quite get there. You finished 7th this week. You were about 60 pins short off the show. It's got to be a little nagging at you as you commentate here.
Yeah, a little bit. Opening up this morning, we had another 5-game block, and I struggled. Only made it to like 50 over. My other 2 blocks were 200 over and 100 over, and if I could have got there, I may be out there bowling instead of sitting up here and having so much fun.
That's right, and we appreciate you being up here, too, offering your expert bowling advice up here and knowledge, considering you're the only one in the booth that actually bowled the event with us.
I appreciate you letting me sit up here with you guys.
Oh, you know it. Anytime. Hall of Fame class up here.
And we're including you?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just the camera switcher.
Ronnie Sparks coming up on lane 41.
Donald Robinson down on the senior pair through the first strike, and then missed a head pin left for a 6 count.
Just a bad shot coming off a commercial break, so to speak.
Yeah, covers the spare nicely.
Covers it up.
Oh, interesting for Ronnie here. First shot drifts high for a 9-pin. He comes right back and goes light and leaves a 2. So hopefully that break didn't affect him too much.
But I know as a competitor, Ted, that's not the reaction that you're looking for.
No, it's not. I mean, maybe something changes a little bit in your footwork or in your swing, and you just get relaxed a little too much on a break like that, and it takes you a couple shots to get it back. But Ronnie's a player. He's been throwing it good, and he's not in the position today because he struggled too often this weekend. Ooh.
Open frame. It's 8 spare, now 7-2 for Nini Yarborough. Jen Higgins up just in the second frame. She'll be up in just a moment. She spared in the first. Over to the men's match. Zeke Bite did strike in the first frame. Ronnie Sparks, you saw him open up 9 spare, 9 spare. Zeke is on the Deviate staff. They say, what is it? It's D-Zeke-8, I think, or something. They've got some funny little thing that they do with his name. They'll tell us in the chat, I'm sure, as the chat is just, it's hard to keep up with. There's so many comments coming in. Happy to see you all chatting about this match. Jen Higgins opens up with a double.
Spare strike, Mike. Spare strike.
Oh, thank you.
Norm Cave on the senior match, strike spare.
This is by far the hardest telecast I've ever been a part of. 3 matches at once.
And a lot of hours. You guys
Oh, yeah.
A lot of hours for you guys.
9-hour drive. Woke up at 4 a.m. on Thursday to get here Friday.
And that shot right there by
Zeke missed right, left a 2-4-8-10.
That's what happens. You get that speed up and leak it a little to the right, and on this challenging condition, that's what you're faced with, 2-4-8-10.
Don't forget, you can interact with us. You want to send out a hashtag Inside Bowling. We'll put it up on the screen for you as you root on your favorite bowler. So Ronnie Sparks opens up 9 spare, 9 spare. Sees Zeke throws a double at him. Now an open frame. Sparks has got to have a little different mindset now going up in the third frame.
Oh, Norm Cave with a miss at a 310.
Yeah, Ronnie's probably telling himself, take a deep breath, stay down, make a good shot, and see what happens.
Nini Yarborough goes back to her original ball. Leaves a 2-pin.
Great shot by Ronnie. And I think, was that a ball change for him, or did he start the match?
It looks like the Mean Streak Brawler.
Yeah, he threw that ball the last couple shots in the match against Adam, but chose to start with the one he started with the first game.
You know, I kind of questioned Brunswick naming that ball the Brawler because it makes you want to say Brooklyn Brawler, which means the ball would have a tendency to go Brooklyn. But I don't think they thought about that when they designed the ball.
No.
Only me.
And if they put it in the hands of somebody like Mr. Sparks, it's not going to see Brooklyn very often, I promise.
So now Sparks looking for a double after opening up with 290 here.
Yep.
This is a sanctioned tournament, so 3 games in a row, if he were to shoot 3 games in a row, I believe, Eric Kearney, correct me if I'm wrong, it would be a sanctioned 800.
It would.
All right, I got it right.
He would not only receive a certified 800 ring from us, but he would also receive one from TNBA.
Yes.
Already, Pete Barta, we've got folks here. Girl Bowler 300. More info on the women's event, please. Let us know what's going on with that event. And it hasn't even been created yet. So awesome to see that already coming in.
Yeah, I mean, we were able to get $6,000 together in less than a minute. It'll be interesting to see what Zeke does here now after that last lead.
Yeah, what's going through his head? You know, did he miss it at the bottom, or did he just get a little loose with the swing? He's got to think about those things.
Zeke's going to have to take a little extra time because Jen Higgins was waved on by him. I guess he wants a little extra time throwing it to 10 pin here. Jen Higgins. Jen, 9 spare, double, 9 spare. Her opponent, 8 spare, open, 9 spare strike early in that women's match. Now Zeke, after having to take a little extra time, younger bowler, sometimes taking time, get you out of rhythm. We'll see what he does here.
Much
Ooh.
better shot. Much better shot.
On the senior side, Donald Robinson opened up with 6 and 3. Just leaves the 8 count right here. He covers it. He covers the 2-5 cleanly.
Close, man. 1-pin match down there in the senior.
Close match.
Great shot there by Jen. Little light shaker.
Corey Bayes-Struthers checks in and says, another stellar performance by Adam Barta. Great bowling. We're proud of you back home.
Good shot by Ronnie right there. He was not sure that ball was going to make the corner. Kind of raised up out of it a little quickly.
Hey, Mike, I'm just going to thank you again. I'm going to take off here. We're going to head towards New Jersey. Don't know if we're going to catch any weather, but I really appreciate you having me on. You guys do a great job. TNBA does a great job. And I look forward to seeing you again here soon and being in the booth with you.
Thanks, Pete. Have a safe drive home. We'll be in touch. And as always, thanks for filling in the booth. We appreciate it. Volunteers coming up helping out in the booth helps us out a ton. Thank you so much, Pete. Have a safe trip. And Adam, we'll have the best of luck at the Masters.
Thank you. You're welcome. And Lee, I didn't get paid either, buddy.
There you go. Lee Bedoris, a shout out to Lee Bedoris back home. Will be joining me for the Fusion Realtors Open if you're looking for some bowling next weekend. I'll be in Waterloo, Iowa. My man Adam Barta taking off.
Bowl
nice
good,
meeting
Adam.
you, buddy.
Bowl good.
Happy birthday to his son. 13 years old today.
All right, Ronnie Sparks went spare. Now is on currently on a 4-bagger.
Norm Cave with a strike now leaves the 2-4-8.
Yes, sir.
So match number 3, Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic Tournament. Mike Flanagan joined by Eric Kearney from the USBC, Ted Pritz from Motive. A couple of Texas guys up here in the booth with me. Pete Barta just leaving us as Adam has been eliminated. They're on the road to a USBC event, the Masters, this week. It'll be live on Extra Frame. If you're not an Extra Frame subscriber, you should definitely do so. Support the PBA Tour. And we just saw Zeke. What happened there, guys?
Tough break. That ball just checked a little early and just drove through the pocket, left him a stone 9. Great shot. Great shot. It's one of those, you throw it every time, because most of the time they strike.
That's right. Norm Cave converted. So we have we're basically even down there in the seniors match.
Yes, sir. How old is Zeke? Is he
20 years old.
20 years old?
20 years old.
He's got a lot of composure up there on the lanes at that young age.
Nice guy, too. He was anxious to get in the booth. He wanted to try it, and he actually picked up the mic a couple times and did some interviewing for us earlier today. He actually interviewed Ira.
Oh, did he really?
He sure did. Yeah, after the 290 game that Ira shot. It was a big game for him. Unfortunate break there.
Nice break.
Nice
Just
break.
as I said so. You see the 4-7 only.
4-7. Donald Robinson needed that to stay in the match there.
Right here after that 9-pin, he just is trust what he did on the right lane. Don't overcompensate for it. Looks like a good pitch. There you go.
Oh, he just turned around. I mean, he just knew it was a strike.
Either that or he didn't like it.
Oh, that could have
For
been
some
two.
reason.
Good point. Matt Turek also joins us in the booth. Welcome, Matt, as you've been taking care of some of the technical issues around here.
Yeah, hey, thanks, Mike. It's glad to be sitting down here watching this great bowling.
Yeah, you've done a great job this week, Matt, in case I failed to mention it a little bit later. But thank you for all your hard work this week, you and Brian.
No problem. I had a lot of fun. It's a real pleasure to be able to be a part of this event and the TNBA and Inside Bowling, and I'm just really fortunate to have this opportunity.
Area check we hear from the crowd.
That's
Ronnie
correct.
Sparks.
Yeah, because he got that one a bit right there.
That's twice in a row in that lane.
tweets coming in still. 3 matches at once here on InsideBowling.com TV. We've got a new website, too, in case you just want to come check out our streams when we're live streaming. You can go to InsideBowling.tv.
It looks like Donald left a ring in 10 down there.
Yeah, he did. I was just looking down there. He's now down by 4 pins.
Yes. Oh, got that
that's
one in. Yep.
That's a break right there, not to leave a split.
Yes, yes.
Without question. Gentlemen, there's a couple of waters up here for you, too, if you're thirsty. Matt helping us out.
Yeah, I
Donald
try.
He just missed the.
Yep.
Donald Robinson just missed that 10 pin.
So it looks like 82 in the 5th.
91. 91 in the 6th for Donald Robinson. And with a spare up for Norm Cave, he can try to take control of this.
Ronnie Sparks covers the spare over there.
Not exactly the way you probably wanted to, but when there's oil to the outside part of the lane, you don't want to slide past it. So sometimes you risk that with where you're putting the ball down.
Yeah, when I spare the 3-6 like that, I say, well, option 2.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Norm Cave goes through the face, leaves the 4-7. For those out there listening and watching, that wrong foot release right there is very difficult to master.
Yes, it is. You don't see a whole lot of folks doing it. Most of the time when somebody does that, it's due to injury.
Yeah.
Or just something along those lines.
There's a nice ball by Zeke.
Update in this ladies match. Nini Yarborough, 125 in the 7th with 9 now in the 8th. In the 7th for Higgins, she's got 128 in the 6th, so with the spare up, she could be in the 140s in the 7th. So about a 20-pin match there or so.
Is that Norm Cave down there with a pitch he struck?
Yes,
in
he
the
did.
9th frame. Oh, excuse me, in the 7th frame.
That's the farthest pair away from our booth as we look over. So Eric has the hardest job of all of us up here in the booth. So take it easy on him.
Sparks up in the men's match. Max score for him is 257. Zeke can put some pressure on him because he can still get to 243 as they head into the 9th frame. Good shot by Ronnie. One more shot like that, and Ronnie shuts him out. Fantastic shot there by Jen Higgins.
I call that shot a match controller because she can take control of the match if she doubles here. So that's just one half of it. You can kind of control what's going to happen in your match right there. A match controller shot.
She's up by 23. Strike here. Pretty much on cruise control. Yep.
Currently, Donald Robinson down there is a little out of time right now. He just went runaway Brooklyn for this 10 pin, and he just missed one, so
it's in his head.
It's in his head because it'll stand. I don't care what it looks like. It'll stand until you make it.
Jen Higgins does get the double. She missed a little right, didn't think it was going to come back.
And he missed it. He missed it to the right this time.
Over to Sparks now, so fast and furious, action picking up.
And Ronnie Sparks will advance to a title match.
Remember that the bowlers are not going to bowl the title match on the same pairs they've been bowling on. They're going to move one pair to the right. We'll have to reset our cameras a little bit. We'll take a brief break. We'll come back. And now Nini gets her strike.
You got a match here.
Final score for Ronnie Sparks, 255.
Zeke Bate can only shoot 243, so it will be Ronnie Sparks in the final match against Ira Darden. I've got life on my pick.
I'll go against you.
Okay.
I'll take Ira.
All right.
And a little arid shot there for Zeke, but you know it's over. Just trying to get done and get out of the way. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That young man's gonna be around for a while. He has a really strong game. I was fortunate to bowl next to him most of the weekend and look for some good things.
There's definitely a future there. I was very surprised when you said he was only 20.
Yeah, I was heard some people talking about that earlier. I couldn't remember. They're like, he's 20. I was like,
And bowling for 4 years?
Well, he bowled a little bit through, high school and that, but he really started taking the game serious. He was practicing over 100 games a week. So Nini Yarborough, 173 as she opens up. Jennifer Higgins is going to advance to take on Jasmine Coleman in the final match. Senior match, 8th frame.
You have Norm Cave in a commanding lead, 20 pin lead at this point.
Final in the men's match, 255, Ronnie Sparks, 204, Zeke Bate. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Took the words right out of my mouth right there. Jen Higgins looking good. It's going to be 227 for her if she converts. Nini Yarborough 173. Higgins is going to bowl for the title.
Unfortunately, Donald Robinson has missed 3 straight nine counts.
2 10s and a 7.
Yeah, so he's still down by 23 pins going into the 9th and 10th frame.
Yeah, pretty much all Norm has to do is stay clean. Had that little hiccup there in the 8th.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Is that 2-8-10? That is 2-8-10.
That's 2-8-10. So now you're looking at Donald to step up, strike out for 169,
Yeah.
and force Norm to have to throw a double.
It is funny how this game is never over.
Never.
Never over.
Get 2, Norm.
Yeah,
there you
get
go.
2.
So he's got 141 up in the 9th. So his max score is 171.
171.
Donald has 109 in the 8th. His max score is 169.
Oh, that's way right.
Donald looks a little quick. Looks like he's forcing a little bit, rushing it, feet a little fast.
Yeah.
He's usually really deliberate.
And he's missed the last three shots, going left.
Well, and these guys were here late last night.
Sure.
Getting tired.
Getting tired.
Make that spare.
Wow.
4 straight opens.
Yeah.
Wow, what has happened in this
It's a little
match,
bit-
gentlemen?
A little bit of a train wreck down there right now.
Yeah, 141 for Norm Cave in the 9th. And what is that, 118
That's 118.
118.
for Donald Robinson? So
basically,
yeah.
basically Norm has locked this up.
Yeah, I mean, if Donald can go up and strike out, which he doesn't,
oh,
this
wow.
is over.
It's
yeah.
over.
Yeah, it's done.
And it looked opposite starting that match, didn't it?
Well, Donald Robinson was absolutely lined up
Yeah.
going into this match. I mean, he had thrown the last 6 strikes, maybe 5 strikes.
For 250?
For 250 in the match before. This is very surprising.
Yeah.
So in the seniors, it's going to be Ted Hanna's bowling against Norm Cave in the final. It's your 1 and 2 seeds, so they're going to move over to lanes 35 and 36 to bowl the next match. And in the men's division, it's going to be Ira Darden is going to take on Ronnie Sparks, the 1, the 3 seed. They're going to move over to lanes 43 and 44. And in the women's division, it's going to be Jasmine Coleman taking on Jennifer Higgins on lanes 39 and 40. We're going to need to get our cameras set. Gentlemen, you want to fill some time here in the booth? Take about 5 minutes, and we'll get a final score here from the senior match, and we'll bring you the finals here on InsideBowling.com TV. It's the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Single Classic Tournament.
Wow. They must be getting tired.
Yeah. Well, who's Ted Hannis?
Yeah, Ted Hannis.
Ted Hannis will definitely liven this senior match up.
Most definitely. Well, and you got to remember they're moving back to that fresher pair too.
That's
they're gonna
true.
move pair to the right. So even down here in our men's match, you'll probably see Ronnie Sparks go back maybe to the ball he started with in his first match against Adam.
Absolutely. We and tell me if you were seeing the same thing. I was seeing on that fresh oil that maybe the back ends weren't reacting as much as they were, maybe earlier in the weekend. It just looked like there was a little bit extra push on this fresh during the step ladder finals.
Yeah, there most definitely is. I mean, when you get out there and you got that volume and it just carries down and it just makes you make your shots. You have to be accurate.
Yeah, we down at the International Training and Research Center where we're teaching, the everyday bowler how to look at the lane and that, the better bowlers nowadays don't look at the lanes from left to right or from right to left. They're actually looking at them from front to back.
Right.
And how you're going to match up your ball with the lane based on from the foul line to the pins as opposed to from the foul lines to the arrows or the dots if you use it.
See, and I'm a little older school. I grew up playing the boards and playing the lanes left to right.
Sure.
And it took me a long time with this new equipment, the way they run them now, to actually learn to get comfortable with that. So I kind of incorporate a little bit of both for me. I mean, I hook the ball quite a bit, so it helps me be able to do a little bit of both.
Quite a bit. That's an understatement, my friend.
Ronnie Sparks defeated Zeke Bates, 255-204. For the seniors, Norm Cave defeated Donald Robinson, 157-126. And for the ladies, Jennifer Higgins defeated Arnita Yarbrough, 227-173. Your next matches will be Ira Darden against Ronnie Sparks on lane 43 and 44. Jasmine Coleman against Jennifer Higgins on 39 and 40. And Ted Hanna against Norman Cave on lanes 35 and 36. They'll each get 4 balls on each lane. There'll be about a 5-minute break, and then we'll get started.
Gentlemen, Mike Flanagan back here on the call, working on some camera technical bugs here in the last waking hour here as we continue coverage. Hour about 27 here this week. InsideBowling.com, we have our 3 final matches. Eric Kearney from the Managing Director of the Operations and Administration at the USBC, along with Ted Pritz, both from Texas. We're happy to have you guys here in the booth. It's been an exciting week, a lot of action, and now we're going to throw it down to Daryl Spider Houston.
Final match. Good luck to all the bowlers.
A lot of work, a lot of practice, a lot of games have gone into this. Last night, the last ball was thrown about 1:30 in the morning for the seniors and ladies. And we're set for what I would say would be a couple of throwdowns here as Ira Darden is going to take on Ronnie Sparks for the title in the men's division. We get started in the women's division. Jasmine Coleman going to start the match against Jennifer Higgins.
Great shot there by her. Shout out to Hester typing in here in the chat room. Well, you've been here before. I believe this is Chris Hester, and just as good as it's always been, man. Just as good as it's always been. Adam Botter had a great weekend in that department over there in the bracket area.
Ted Hannes up to convert the 6-pin.
Oh. Ira Darden with a miss of the 10-pin in his first frame.
Yeah, the bowlers are bowling at the same time in the end pairs there, so a little tough to bring you all that action. But, yeah, absolutely, Ted, you saw it. 10-pin miss. Take a look at Ronnie Sparks. Ronnie defeated Adam Barta in his first match. And then Zeke Bite.
A little soft 10 there. Back on that fresh ball, just scoots down the lane a little bit. Hits a little weak coming in, a little late.
Jennifer Petrick here goes through the nose, leaves the 3-pin. Should be an easy conversion. Norm Cave with a strike down there on the senior pair.
Ronnie Sparks 10-pin conversion in his first frame.
Looked like she grabbed that a little bit, but she got away.
That's why we throw plastic.
That's
at the
right.
spares.
That's right.
What a great event here this week. Supporting sponsors of the TNBA. Hammer, nothing hits like a hammer. Corona Extra. And, of course, TNBAstore.com. Check it out. Get some of that great merchandise. Happy to be bringing you the action here on the call. Mike Flanagan here. 7:10 p.m. East Coast time. Ronnie Sparks gets it going there. Sparks spare strike. Darden missed the 10-pin. A little bit of jitters there, possibly.
Cave goes through the face for the 3-10. Jasmine Coleman with a flush strike. She looks comfortable.
Yes, she does. I always said the ladies bowl better on the fresh because they throw it better than we do anyway. There you go, Ira.
Ira.
That looks more like the way he's been throwing the ball this week than the first frame. So shaking off those jitters, getting back on it. Important for him to go get a double here.
Yeah. Needs to let Ronnie know he's here. Don't give Ronnie too much room to jump out in front of you there.
Norm Cave with the early open. He missed the 3-pin.
Ooh, good break there for Jasmine. Oh, great shot, Ira. Great shot.
Ted Hannes with a strike down there on the senior pair. He's quickly up by 12 pins.
Almost 400 viewers, guys.
They like to hear you, Mike.
There you go. Yeah, now settle down and make some good shots over there, Ira.
Ted Hannes, he's been a lot of places all over the world. Great bowler. Senior bowler now. I was very surprised to see him in the senior field. I forget these guys that turned 50.
He doubles right there. Puts himself up by, if he strikes, 22.
Now over to Sparks, 43 and 44. Third frame, working on a strike.
Shot, Ronnie.
Norm Cave tickling the pins.
And there you go.
Yeah. Needs to get back in it quickly.
That ball just checked left. Now, remember that the players are bowling on a fresh, new, conditioned pair of lanes. This is a different pair than what we've seen in a step ladder. Just a few practice balls, and now on this fresh pattern. Ronnie Sparks. Looking for a triple.
Ooh. A little firm with the speed right there. Trying to force it in there. Very nice spare there by Jen Higgins.
Great pickup. Great pickup. We have Norm Cave down there. Looks like a washout. 1, 2, 4, 10.
Big shot right here for Ira. He needs to step up and throw another strike. Keep himself close in this match.
Norm 8 out. He's in early trouble.
Now Higgins leaves the 2-10. Is there a sleeper there, Ted Pritz?
No sleeper. Just the 210. That's what we face a lot this weekend on the fresh. You know, you get a little shot, you get soft, and it goes through the face, and try to make an adjustment with it, and it'll just push down the lane and 210 on you.
Nearly a 210 combo as well. Down in the men's pair. Fortunate just to leave the 2-4.
Ted Hannes goes through the face, leaves the 3-6.
That's got a chance, fellas.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I
nice
thought she was going
try.
to pick back-to-back splits. That's +2.
All right, Ira recovers his 2-4 spare. Down 22 right now through 4 frames.
Ted Hannes to pick up the 3-6. Wow. You just need to knock it over.
Mm-hmm.
So through 4 frames, Ted Hanna's spare, strike, spare. Oh, look at that messenger right there. Ted Hanna's opponent, Norm Cave, 54 in the 4th. Ted now back up. It's rapid fire here, gentlemen.
Yeah, be ready. Flush strike by Ted Hannes.
Ted's probably got the best look out of everybody, except for perhaps Jasmine.
Ira converts the 3-6-10.
Jasmine Coleman looking for a double. Ball needs to hook. Oh, what a break.
Good break there. Good break.
If you're a little firm or a little right with your speed, it looks like it's 2-pin plus whatever you want to throw over on the right side of the lane.
Exactly.
Or you just didn't get enough of it. Norm Cave with a strike. He's got it. His strike up. He's down 30 at this point.
Ronnie Sparks strike in the 5th frame.
Women's match, Coleman 89 in the 4th with a spare up in the 5th. Higgins 63 in the 4th. She's up in the 5th. Ronnie Sparks on lane 43 working on a strike.
Oh, a little trouble over there for Norm.
Yeah, once again he washes out. 1, 2, 4, 10.
Double for Ronnie Sparks. Max score of 279 through 6.
Oh, good break there, rolling out the 4-9 for Jen Higgins.
This match is more than halfway over. These matches here, guys. Seems like we just started.
Yeah, we're moving at a pretty good clip here.
They're ready to win, man.
Yeah, they are.
It's unbelievable how fast the match goes in a title match. Any match, really, but it's just a blink of an eye, you're done. You look up at your 10th frame.
Looks like a good pickup by Norm Cave. He desperately needed that to stay in this match.
Same for Darden over here. He gets a strike in the 6. Take a breath there. Get up there and throw you another good one.
Oh, I like this shot here if it holds.
Oh, yeah.
Great shot there, Jennifer Higgins. Formerly Jennifer Petrick. That's what we all know her as, Jennifer Petrick. Now Ira. Up on the left lane, looking for a double. Kind of needs this hit here. Oh, my goodness. 2-4-10. We've been talking about that. The decision to move them to a fresh pair really can play havoc on these bowlers.
He looks a little different than he did earlier today. Might be a little bit of nerves, but
no different for Jasmine Coleman, as she's had a great look at the pocket. Now over to Ted Hannes.
And Ted has a great look so far. He's just steady. Switching 7 over there, but right now, only thing he really needs to do is keep the ball on line because Norm Cave is a little out of sorts.
Yeah.
Especially on that especially on the right lane. So.
Yeah, this looks like he's lost his reaction on that one lane.
Excuse me, the left lane.
That's a double for Jasmine Coleman.
You watch this, and then there's a reason why she's leading the tournament.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh.
Ted Hannes with a miss.
Watch out.
And that's what you don't want to do.
Exactly. I'm going to say, watch out over there, Ted.
That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to give anybody a chance.
Because Norm catches a double now. He's to have 94, 120. A spare for Ted in the 7th or 8th. That's 130. You got a 12-pin match.
That's right.
Oh, bad break right there.
Wow.
Now here's Ted Hannes. Sparks and Hannah's up at the same exact time. Hannah's going to go first.
Hannes with a half 10.
Sparks. Well, this is Ronnie Sparks' tournament to lose here.
Yes, it is.
At this point, absolutely.
Higgins gets her count. Ronnie Sparks, I predicted before the tournament began, gentlemen, that Ronnie Sparks was going to win this tournament.
I thought you did it like last night at like 2 in the morning.
No, sir.
Well, that was just the first time I heard it.
What I will do is I will
didn't hear
clip
it
that in.
earlier.
I'll clip it in. I'll go back, grab the coverage. I love Adam Barta, a great friend of mine, but I just knew Ronnie was throwing the ball good. He was my pick. Obviously, this is the first time it's ever worked out in the history of Mike Flanagan predictions, but
Ira steps up and gets a much-needed strike over there in the men's match.
so Jennifer Higgins, 119 in the 7th with a strike up in the 8th. She can shoot 209. Jasmine Coleman, 109 in the 5th with a double working. She's in cruise control.
Ted Hannes had a 9, had a 10-pin spare over here on the senior match. Norm Cave desperately needs a strike here.
He needs to start now.
Two bowlers up at the same time. We'll stay with the seniors, give them a little love.
There you go, Norm.
There you go, Norm.
Ira gets his first double of the match, and situation he's in right now, you just tend to relax, and all of a sudden you just make some good shots.
There you go.
You're like, well,
Oh.
A little firm. A little firm right there.
Makes it interesting.
Certainly does.
50s.
Ronnie missed in, what, the 3rd? So he's got a 279 max score.
79 or 68. I don't know if he went spare or strike spare or double spare.
Ooh, 4.
4 through the heart of the pins.
Just get good count here.
Norm
Look at
catches
Norm.
a double.
There you go.
Just like you said, Norm catches a double.
So 27-36 right there.
Take that, Ted Hannes. Nice conversion, Jasmine Coleman. She lights up, too. She has got a great smile on
Yes,
her.
she does.
And this is when you look at a player and you say,
Oh, he
Oh,
spared.
my goodness.
He spares, and this is exactly what I'm saying. This is when you look at a player and say, this is their tournament.
Right.
This is their tournament. They're not going to lose. This is them going to win.
Ira Darden, it ain't your day.
It's just not your
It is
day.
Ronnie Sparks' day today in the men's division. TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic.
And then she comes back and flushes a strike. I mean,
There you go.
you see it all the time. And Ted Hannis down here throws
It's
a
a big
strike.
shot right
That was
here.
a big shot, yeah.
Right here's a big shot.
Ronnie Sparks is going to be your champion here at the Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic. Still, Ted Hanna's up in the senior division, lane 35.
Oh,
Oh,
got that double.
Yes, he did. He swishes the 7 right out of there.
Jen Higgins doubles. She can still shoot 209. Ronnie Sparks' last shot here, actually second ball, 10th frame, lane 43. What can Ronnie shoot?
243.
243. That was a losing score in the first match. Adam Barta to Ed Smaglik. I'm sorry, not Ed Smaglik. Who did he lose 292? Oh, Sparks.
He lost to Ronnie Sparks.
Yeah, that was it. That seemed like an hour ago. I think it was.
Norm Cave
Oh,
almost leaves a 2-pin, leaves a soft 10. Well, it looks like Jennifer Higgins is going to make Jasmine show up.
yeah. Now you can start doing the math. That washout she left on this lane in the 8th, if it happens to be a 5 count, you go 1 or 2,
There you go.
you don't make 209. Which is what Jen Higgins strike out for.
Yeah.
So Ronnie Sparks, your champion. He's going to defeat Ira Darden.
Outstanding.
He'll strike out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll strike out now
Ira will.
because it's
Nope.
nice and loose.
And Jasmine Coleman is going to be your ladies champion.
And that will do it for Jasmine. Oh, that'll do it for Jennifer, excuse me.
Yep. All right, Norm got
Cave.
that one.
Yeah.
So,
So where are we at? He can strike out for 190.
We have seen a very,
193.
very difficult spare conversion clinic going on here. And this final 3 matches here all at one time that we've been presenting to you here live on InsideBowling.com. Next weekend we'll be at the Fusion Realtors, just to let you know. That's in Waterloo, Iowa. We hope you join us next weekend for our broadcast there as we wrap up here. Senior division. Ted Hannes can shoot 226. Norm Cave can strike out for 193. He's got the first one in the 10th. Can he get the second?
nope.
Leaves a 3-6.
It's going to be in the 180s. Ira just finishing out now.
201.
Good week for that young man. Good sport, too. He's got a great attitude. He will be back. But for now, it's Ronnie Sparks as your champion. Jasmine Coleman can light up a crowd. She's got a great smile. She's happy. She's going to have a great ride home.
Back to Manteca, California. So she's come a long way to win this tournament.
Makes the trip worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, when you throw as good as she does, but a lot of trips are
Oh, look at that. That's fitting.
She's going to be in the 230s.
This is a tough tournament to win. It's a complete grind. A lot of bowling on Saturday, and you got to come back and bowl today. It's the hours that you put on while you're bowling here that just is so tough. The fatigue factor does weigh in this tournament by the time this rolls around. Your champion, Jasmine Coleman, defeats Jennifer Higgins, 233 to 196.
It's an outstanding job by Jasmine and Ronnie. I mean, Ronnie looked great.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he looked great today. And Jasmine kind of went around some folks today as well. And then obviously Ted Hannes is is a great champion
Yes, he
already.
Ted
yeah.
Hanna is going to shoot 204 if he can fill it up here. Norm Cave's going to finish second position. Shoots 163. And that's going to do it here at the Reed-Hawthorne. We're going to get ready for a trophy presentation and announcements with Daryl Spider Houston. And we're going to throw it down to him now at this time.
All right. First of all, let's congratulate all the bowlers for the good bowling for all the whole weekend. And now, your champions for 2013. The ladies. Jasmine Coleman defeated Jennifer Higgins 233 to 196. Your 2013 ladies champion is Jasmine Coleman. For the seniors, we have Ted Hanna, who defeated Norm Cave 204 to 183. Your 2013 seniors champion is Ted Ted Hannes. And for the men, Ronnie Sparks defeated Ira Darton 243 to 201. Your 2013 men's champion, who said, Adam, you won't get a three-peat. Ronnie Sparks.
Let's give a hand for all of our champions that we had here today. Mike Flanagan from InsideBowling.com. I'd like to interview our winners today. Are they all around here? Let's bring Ted Hannes up first. Let's give it up for Ted Hannes. Ted Hannes, I'm going to give you the left hand shake here. Congratulations. Ted, what did it mean to you to win this tournament? And take us through your week a little bit.
Well, what it meant was being the first time TNBA, it's always nice to get off to a good start and all that good stuff. And I'm very appreciative of the organization. They run a great tournament, and I look forward to bowling in more tournaments. The week was a little bit up and down, and I bowled an amazing 135 game. So it happens, and I bowled real strong the final 3 games before the top 5 and took the lead, which it's always nice to only bowl 1 game, especially if you're only going to bowl 204. You can lose pretty easy with 204, so very fortunate.
Ted, awesome bowling this week. We were happy to see you be a champion. We know you'll represent the TNBA in a good fashion for the next year and come back next year to repeat. You're going to come back next year, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, thanks, Ted. Our champion in the senior division, Ted Hannes. Yeah, he's got another little shout out, I think.
I just want to thank God for all the blessings he's bestowed on me and give him all the honor and glory. Thanks.
Thanks, Ted. And we also want to hear from the young lady who lights up a crowd when she smiles. We saw it there in the finals. We want to bring up Jasmine Coleman, your ladies champion for 2013. Congratulations. Jasmine, same question. Take us through your tournament a little bit. Let us know kind of how you got here and what it took to win this tournament today.
It took a really long flight. It's been a really long weekend. It's on Saturday. It was just a terrible start, but finally got a good look and just started whacking them. You know, trying to make good shots, think positive. This match was hard because Jen's a tough competitor, and just try to make good shots and just keep going every shot.
Yeah, you said you got off to a tough start. The great thing about this tournament, I've bowled it the last few years myself and got to commentate it this year. The great thing about this tournament, if you're watching at home, is you're never out of it in this tournament. It's not a carry contest usually. They demand the best shot making out of the bowlers, and if you do get out of the gate with not a good start, as we heard from Ted and yourself, you can actually come back and win this tournament with great shot making, so you're never out of it. Congratulations to you. Enjoy that first prize, and we look forward to seeing you to repeat next year.
Thank you.
There you have it, Jasmine Coleman, your winner in the ladies division. Now, for our men's division, this gentleman tore it up in Detroit at the Detroit Winter Swing with the PBA. I've been told from some insiders from the Michigan area that he had been winning everything recently up there in Michigan. This gentleman's throwing the ball extremely well. He led the PTQ in Detroit, and then he went on to make the round of 16 in the Earl Anthony Players Championship, which is actually the combined of all of the events. So he was able to be in the top 16 against the greatest bowlers in the world, and now he is here at the TNBA Reed-Hawthorne Memorial Singles Classic, brought to you by Hammer, Corona, and the TNBA online store. Ronnie Sparks, your 2013 champion, who I picked to win before the tournament started. All right, I love this guy right here. So, Ronnie, I want to just ask, what did it take for you to get your game to the level that you needed to have success in Detroit, all the tournaments in Michigan, and be able to cap it off here in Cleveland?
I guess I feel like it was the appreciation of being able to enjoy something that you love so much, you know? It's just like, I feel like so many good bowlers don't appreciate their gift. And so the winter swing was so easy because I was bowling the highest level in my hometown. So it's like I got to have some people that really care about me watch, and so it was fun. So it really wasn't that much pressure, and all the good bowling was a bonus. So.
You know, we hear the name Adam Barta. He's won the last 2 years, and you knew you were going to have to throw a big score at Adam Barta. You threw 290 at Adam Barta. Talk a little bit about what it was like to dethrone that wonderful freight train that he's been the last couple years.
I just wanted to keep my competitive edge because sometimes Adam's a great guy. He's really friendly, and so I'm not the friendliest when it comes to match play. So it was like, Ronnie, it's okay. He's laughing and stuff, but make sure you keep your competitive edge to make good shots because you don't want to look up there at 250 and he's smiling at you because he just beat you. So, so I just kind of try to keep my competitive edge, keep my composure, and just not throw away the good bowling that I did all weekend. So.
Yeah, you made the lanes look easy, even going to this other pair. You know, all the lanes were freshly oiled, so in that championship match, those of you that were watching, you know, the players were tested because on the fresh condition, it's typically the hardest that it's been this week. We just want to give you a great shout-out and congratulations on being the 2013 champion here.
Thanks, I appreciate it. And if it wasn't from the support of my girl, Sarah, everybody look at her. She got the pink Uggs on, and the support and the blessings from the big man upstairs, I wouldn't have been here. Thank you.
Okay, and before we let you go, you were also a mixed doubles champion, right?
Yes.
I don't have much information about this. Who did you win that with?
I won this with my girlfriend, Sarah.
That's what I thought. I thought that was right. Sarah, you want to come up here and give him a hug?
Yes.
I think you need to come up here and give him a hug. And if not a real hug, you can give him a hand hug anyway. There you go. We're making moments happen here. A precious moment right here. InsideBowling.com TV. Thank you so much for allowing us to come and present the tournament this week. I'm going to turn things back over to Daryl Spider Houston, your tournament director. Give him a hand. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Okay, Mike Flanagan, Eric Kearney here, and Ted Pritz winding down the coverage here for you. It's been a very, very long weekend. We got in Friday, and then Saturday we streamed from 7 a.m. until 1:30 in the morning, and then came here this morning and started streaming at about 8:30 and brought you this coverage all the way up until about 8 o'clock. So we're looking at 30 hours of coverage this weekend. We are absolutely spent, but I want to just take a minute to thank you for watching all weekend. We saw 3 great matches this evening, and we saw 3 great champions actually crowned here. Eric Kearney, what are your takeaways from this tournament?
Well, again, the TNBA runs a quality tournament. I've always said, and I've said it all weekend, that this is one of the prestigious events of this tournament, and you see 3 great champions. And
Ted Pritz, your takeaway from this event? I know you finished 7th in the men's division. You couldn't quite get there, but still a great tournament for you, and I know a great accomplishment for you.
Well, most definitely. Just like Eric said, I mean, they run a great event here, but, you know, they run great events all over the country. I just look forward to participating. It's a great organization, and maybe next year I'll be standing out there instead of talking to you.
You very well could be, and we appreciate both of you guys hanging out in the booth. I know, Eric, you got to get out of here because you got to go up and get some pictures taken. Thank you so much.
Thank
Ted
you so
and I will
much
hang
for
out for
having
just
me.
a second and finish this thing up.
Yes,
See you
sir.
back home, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. That's Eric Kearney from the USBC, Managing Director of the USBC, Eric Kearney. Ted Pritz, it's late here. It's time to get out of here, but we need to go ahead and let people know that next weekend we have a live streaming event in Waterloo, Iowa. It's the Fusion Realtors Open. And then, of course, TNBA has a lot of great tournaments throughout the year, and you should head over to their website. Just Google TNBA. I believe it's tnba.org.
You can go to tnbabowling.com,
Okay.
tnba.org. You can find it.
There's multiple ways to get there.
Yeah, TNBA
so
Bowling Association in Google, you'll pull it up.
that's what I normally do. I just hit the search on my phone now anymore. I can't remember websites. But hopefully you remember InsideBowling.com, and hopefully we'll be back next year and we'll be part of this TNBA thing here in the future. And what a great week, exhausting week. We're going to have to go ahead and pack all this up. We're going to have to get out of here, and we'll join you on our next broadcast. We hope you've enjoyed it. We've worked very hard this week, and we hope that if this is your first time being part of InsideBowling.com, that you enjoyed it and you'll join us for future broadcasts. Give us a like on Facebook, give us a follow on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. All the coverage will be on our YouTube channel beginning probably about Tuesday of next week. We got a 9-hour drive in front of us. Ted Pritz, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mike.
On behalf of the entire staff here at Freeway Lanes, the TNBA staff as well, Greg Green, the president of the TNBA, Daryl Spider Houston, his entire team here, and my team, Matt Turek, Brian Burkhart, and all the people that work hard back home for us. We wish you a good night, and we thank you for being with us here live in Cleveland. Freeway Lanes, 80 lanes. We're going to pack up. We're going to get out of here. Thank you so much again. We're out of here.